Elements of art as applied to media-based arts and designs. In science, you learn that when atoms are combined together, they form other things. Sometimes they usually make a simple molecule, just like when hydrogen and oxygen form water, H2O. Therefore, the elements of art are like atoms that serve as building blocks for creating something in the world of art. This is the distance between 2 points or the path of a moving point, taking any form along the way. So, ang linya ay isang moving point in space na kung saan ang haba nito ay mas malaki kaysa sa lapad nito. Ang mga linya ay maaaring 2 or 3-dimensional. There are different types of lines include continuous, broken, jog, vertical, horizontal, or diagonal. Lines are the foundation of drawing. This refers to the figure of a particular condition that outlines anything you can see. Shape is the result of closed lines. They are two-dimensional and flat. Shapes can be geometric, such as squares or triangles, or they can be organic and not have defined parameters, and are more curved and abstract. Shapes in art can be used to control how the viewer perceives a piece. It pertains to different hues, pigments, and shades applied in arts and design. There are 3 different components to color. There is hue, which is the name we give the color: red, yellow, blue, etc. Intensity, which refers to the vividness of the color. Intensity can also be referred to as saturation or purity. And value, meaning how dark or light a color is. Color can be used symbolically or to produce a pattern or to show contrast in a piece. This is the application of lightness and darkness of color, shading and highlighting in an artwork. Value is the lightness or darkness in color. The lightest value is white and the darkest value is black. The difference between values is contrast. You can study the use of value in monochromatic or black and white pieces of art. This can be created by the forming of 2 or more shapes or as 3-dimensional shape. Example, cube, pyramid, sphere, and more. When shape acquires depth and becomes 3-dimensional, it takes on form. 3-dimensional art has an actual form, like in architecture, while 2-dimensional pieces can have the illusion of form when the artist uses perspective or shading. Some common forms are cones, pyramids, spheres, and cubes. This is the quality of a surface or the way any work of art is represented. Ang texture ay kung ano ang itsura o pakiramdam ng isang bagay. Kung minsan, ang texture ay maaaring aktwal na madama tulad ng sa sculpture. Ang ilang mga salita upang ilarawan ng texture ay kinabibilangan ng malambot, matigas, magaspang, malutong, malambot, o makinis. This refers to the distances or areas around, between, or within components of a piece. Kapag sinabi nating space, ito ay anumang lugar na nilikha ng isang artist para sa isang particular na layunin. Yung space can be positive or negative. Ngayon, pag sinabi nating positive space, ito yung area na occupied by an object or form. Pag naman negative space, ito yung area that runs between, through, and around or within objects. This includes yung background, foreground, and middle ground. Space that can be manipulated in art based on how an artist uses lines, shape, forms, and color. These 7 elements of art are used by artists and mix them with the principles of design to compose a piece of art. However, not all artworks contain all these elements. At least 2 elements are always present in an artwork. For example, in product and industrial design, the artist by default must have both form and space in a product design because these elements are three-dimensional. It can also be presented through the use of perspective and shading, thereby making it two-dimensional.